Yes, it's me, Shadow, and I just finished watching the next episode of zetzs. I have to say that it's really interesting. Coach Soma is equivalent to controlling dreams. Now, I'm a little surprised with now with the fight between 6 and 7 agents because I feel like now that he has extreme because extreme is pretty flipping powerful, right? And to be honest, I don't know why 6 even fought 7 because they should know that 7 beat 1 and 5 and 6 can't touch couldn't even touch Sig. So the fact that they even tried, I felt like it was pointless. Like I think the fight was pointless because there's no way Extreme was going to lose. Now, at first, I was wondering how they're going to build the climax because Extreme is so powerful that nothing can really like nothing can really touch them in terms of uh like ability. Now, of course, I was rectified by that at the end of the episode when he had to give it the driver and the capsule. Uh, I mean, it's obvious that Baku's not gonna die, so I'm assuming that Four is gonna come in and save him. Um, it's kind of interesting. Now, the death of Agent Six is interesting because I was hoping that they would have a happy ending, right? Like I know 6 5 dying the first time made sense, right? But killing them off again, I felt uh like I get there had to be tension, but I'm surprised because I because at the beginning of the episode, I was kind of expecting it to be a happy. There's going to be a happy ending by the end, but then they killed off 6 immediately, which really took me by surprise because I thought they were going to go for like a happy ending, right? Now, I'm not going to put the happy ending off because there's always a chance of resurrection, right? Through the extreme thing, he gets the council because I'm assuming that there's a chance he gets the calcium back and then he can manipulate events so that maybe 6 doesn't die or he can reverse it because I think that reversive death is possible because based on the next preview, Sig appears and he appears, right? And he goes like, "You called, right?" So I'm assuming that maybe if a character gets ashed, ash. That's what I'm gonna call when they get killed, right? When agents get killed, maybe under certain circumstances they can be brought back, right? Because if Stig would come back, because in the next preview Stig appears. I don't. That could be a memory, but I think that it could be possible that uh, Sig can come back. I I mean, well, he is coming back, but like I'm thinking that there may be ways for agents who've been ashed, right, to come back. Because if Sig can come back, because Sig was ashed by Baku, there's a chance that that under certain conditions, ashed agents can come back. So I, I'm banking on that. That's how they're gonna get the super ending. Whatever they use to bring back Sig, they're gonna use to bring back Kua too. At least by the end. I don't know. Kua may be gone forever, but because I saw the screen, if you saw the screen scotch, which I did, she saw she received flowers. So there is when you see if you consider that she could be gone for the series permanently, but there's a chance she could come back for the final. Uh, Now I am kind of interested to see where they're gonna go from here because Baku lost his driver, right? So I'm really Now I'm hoping that now they pull an Avengers kind of thing, where the bad guys, the good guy, like Baku, Nem, uh, number two, number one, right, right, right. They all come together to to uh to beat code. 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 And number three. Cause if I can be honest, I want to see Agent Three, get killed. Okay, I want to see him get killed. I honestly want to see him get killed. Three, I find Agent Three so annoying and so unlikable that I actually kind of hope he gets axed. Right, right, and I think Baku should be the one to kill him, though. I really do. Because I honestly think that three deserves it. If I'm being honest. Now I am happy that they didn't force Baku to kill Agent Six, because I think that would be wrong. Wrong. Because Agent Six was eventually killed by Agent Three, right? Which I think makes sense based on his character. But I'm glad that they didn't force Baku to kill Six, because I think that would go against his character. Now, if Baku, I understand if due to him being the hero, they decide not to allow Baku to kill Three. But I'm honestly kind of hoping that he does, because I think it's justice. Justice, because first Three kills Baku, and then at the end Baku kills Three. You know, like Wrench is a bee. You know, and it beats the shit out of him. Now, to be honest, part of me thinks that Three may end up just be going. I think there is a chance that what's going to happen is Three is probably just going to end up going to prison, right? And just stripped of all his powers and authority. That's what I think is probably. That's probably what's going to happen. But I personally would like to see Three dead, though. Right. So, right. Because but I am almost positive that the Avengers kind of thing is going to happen. Like the lady, the evil Primordial Nightmare, Sig, Baku's sister, the cops, Zero. Like I think I'm hoping that they all come to they can create like Baku's gonna like pull a Avengers Assemble kind of thing, and they're all gonna appear and they're all gonna fight code, right? And then eventually they're gonna he's uh fight Code. Now here's the thing, Code Soma. I don't know how they're going to counter Code Soma. I really don't. I really have no idea how they're going to counter it, because like that's blatant mind control pretty much at this point. I well, it, you know. So like I so I am kind of curious how they're going to like write it into the story, how they're going to shut down Soma, because they're going to have to. Now, I am kind of curious how three use Soma and how Zero was planning to use Soma is completely different. But I am kind of curious how Zero was going to use Soma, because I think that would be really interesting to see, just to see the comparison, right? And the next episode duels are going to be quite interesting. It seems it's going to be Baku versus Agent Five, Four versus Three, and I think Nem is going to play a role in the next one. I think what I'm kind of hoping happens is Nem calls out to people, right? Right. That's what I'm kind of hoping happens. It's like Nem goes on TV or something, and she calls out to people, her fans, and people who generally believe her. She go like this: "Well, I want you. Hey, I know you, but you're being controlled. You're they're controlling you. And they don't want you to they're trying to control you, right? Control your dreams. And then she calls out to her fans or the world. I'm not really sure how popular Nem's actual thing is, popular is. And then they hear Nem's heartfelt call, and then they snap out of it, right? They're able to free themselves from Soma, and due to Nem's plea, plea, not only are they are free from Soma, but they can't be brainwashed by it anymore. And because Soma failed, uh, 3 has no more aces up their sleeve, right? So 3 loses power. Uh, Code is perceived as a bad as a evil organization, and then the people turn on Code and side with Baku. So then Baku ends up having not only 4, 1, 0, uh, 0, his sister, the bad guy, the former the lady, and all the other people. Plus, not only that, but he ends up able to recruit the masses, right? Baku, with the help of them, is then able to recruit the masses. So Soma loses all effectiveness. Um, lo- Losing Coach Soma, uh, 3 has to take the blame, right? Because he 3 takes the blame. He loses power. They free 0 because now that 3 is because now that now that the whole like the humanity has turned on Code. Code has no power anymore, right? So 3 and 5 get bodied. Is bodied. 0 returns the driver and the capsule to his son Baku, and then I think there's going to be a small like break before the storm kind of thing, and then the final enemy is going to be the queen, the primary nightmare, right? And then the code arc is over, and all that's left is the primary nightmare. And I think for the and I bet and then the arc up to that, I think it's just probably going to be kind of like Nam being torn between uh maybe between like protecting her mom, her human mom, and her nightmare mom, which I think is the primordial nightmare queen her girl, because I think that something like that should happen, right? Because she is theoretically a nightmare, right? So I think her comping with the side with the humans, like Agent 2, or siding with her actual mom, which is the primary nightmare or nightmare queen, if you just want to think about it. So I really think there's a lot to go on here, and I really think the next couple of episodes are going to be interesting. And And as for Baku dying, I don't think he's gonna die. He's obviously gonna be saved by someone, right? Save for someone. Now, as how, but I am the only thing like, I think how the show's gonna handle Code is pretty straightforward now, right? It's the primary nightmare that I'm thinking is gonna be interesting, because I think there's going to, but I think that in order so they don't, because X-ray is pretty powerful, and to prevent Baku from just straight up killing the primary nightmare, I think there's a chance. I think there's going to be a dilemma where if the primary nightmare dies, Nem dies with her, or like I think there's going to be some type of dilemma like that, because there has to be a way to stop Baku from just killing, find the primary nightmare, killing in one episode, and then done. Right? Extreme nightmare, and then just and then wiping her out. Right? There has to be a reason to make, because remember, because Kamen Rider is usually about 50 episodes long, right? So there has to be something to stall out Baku, and I think that probably that is, and I feel like that's really the only way to stall out Baku is if they find out that if the primary nightmare dies, the Nightmare Queen, what's called Nightmare Queen, um, because Nem was created through her. Without her, Nem, there's a chance that Nem can fade away. Now, it's not guaranteed that she'll fade away. It's just a theory that Nem will fade away, right? And then maybe, and I'm thinking that maybe Baku ends up killing the queen, right? And then, but using the power of extreme to keep her alive, right? Right? Or like maybe her through. Partially kind of hoping they go the friendship route, where because Nem spent all her times connecting with other people, she bonded, like a part of her soul bonded with her fans, right? Allowing her to exist without the primary nightmare. That's what I think. That's how I would end it, if I'm being honest. I think it makes a perfect story wise, and it makes it so that despite everything, Nem is, can still be considered, semi-human. At least that's my opinion. Anyway, well, I'll end the video here, and hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys. Oh yeah, the Monster Hunter series might be delayed a day or two. I know I said it would be a week, but um, I just started Pokemon Rocket Edition Johto arc, and I don't know how long that's going to take. But so in terms of the delay, it might be a little delay, but I'll try to finish on time. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Have a great day, guys.